Heroes' journeys, stories, the reason they resonate so much is because we all have that in our life, where we feel inadequate, where we feel like we don't fit in, where we feel like we're not good enough, and then somebody says, no, you've got the spark of greatness inside of you. We all want to believe in our ability to achieve something great and to make something of our lives.
I can feel it right down in these stubby bone legs of mine.
The reason we keep coming back to these stories is we want to believe that decency wins the day. We want to believe that more than your ability, it's your kindness, it's your integrity. And this is why I will never tire of boring vanilla white bread heroes, because when they're done well, they're inspiring as hell.
It's almost as if there is one hero with 1,000 faces.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta admit, that was pretty heroic.
He's more like Hercules, am I right?
Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Alan Seawright, and that's the gospel truth.
And I'm Jonathan Decker, and I am on my way. I can go the distance. Let's do this.
We're talking about Hercules.
Yay!
That's the point. It's Hercules, the Disney animated film that's great, and for some reason has a whole gospel section.
Not like theological gospel, like gospel genre music,
Like,
which is so much fun.
What says ancient Greece more than a bunch of ladies singing gospel music?
So this is a Therapist Reacts, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I sure hope you do.
Sure. Let's go.
I'm warning you. You keep that
Hello, Newman.
freak away from me.
And I love how they just march away, all indignant. Everyone's indignant.
Well, he did just knock down their whole forum.
Son, you shouldn't let those things they said back there get to you.
But Pop, they're right. I am a freak. I try to fit in. I really do. I just can't. Sometimes I feel like I really don't belong here. Like I'm supposed to be someplace else.
Hercules, son.
I know it doesn't make any sense.
And I love how Man of Steel borrows so heavily from this movie, which borrows so heavily from Superman the movie. Like, this is Jonathan Kent and Clark Kent.
It is.
Except for this version's not telling Hercules to let innocent children die, so
There is that.
already an upgrade. Heroes' journeys, stories, the reason they resonate so much is because we all have that in our life, where we feel inadequate, where we feel like we don't fit in, where we feel like we're not good enough, and then somebody says, no, you've got the spark of greatness inside of you, and I want to help you nurture it and discover it and bring it to life, and we all want.
Hopefully somebody says that to you.
Yeah, if they haven't, we are.
You have the spark of greatness in you, and you can accomplish great things.
And you should stay in directing, because I don't believe that performance at all.
Okay.
You are a terrible actor.
We all want to believe in our ability to achieve something great and to make something of our lives. That's why we're drawn to these stories. That's why no matter how many times we hear Mulan sing this song, we hear Hercules sing this song, we hear Aladdin sing this song, this sense of longing, this desire for purpose in a greater life, every single damn time, instead of rolling our eyes, we're like, yes, it's poetry. Because we all have that. That's a deep psychological need that is inside of us.
Well, and Hercules in this scene is also, you know, he feels like he doesn't fit in, right?
Yeah.
He feels called to something greater, but he also is like, I don't belong here. There's the drive and the call to adventure, but there's also just the, like, feeling displaced in your own place.
Well, and I think that's part of what speaks to so many people about this story is like, yes, there's the call within him to greatness, but equally relatable is, I just like to not be mediocre, please. These average people living average lives, I'd like for them to accept me.
None of them ever smash up the forum.
Strength isn't just physical. You can have strong problem-solving skills, creativity, strength to push through challenges.
Like Hercules pushing through his 12 challenges?
Well, this movie took some creative license with the original myth, but sure.
We love products that instill these types of strength, which is why we love today's sponsor, Kiwi Co.
Kiwi Co inspires kids to become change makers and innovators.
Kiwi Co Clubs has 5 different clubs based on your children's ages and interests.
With Kiwi Co clubs, you'll get hands-on learning experiences that are super fun. I told them the ages and interests of my children, and they sent a package tailor-made for us. So we got Maze Arcade,
Sounds amazing.
Delivery Bot,
Sounds like it really delivered for you.
Trash Get Ball,
Swoosh!
and the amazing Arrow Race for my 14-year-old daughter because she has a lot of anger and likes to shoot at things that won't hurt anybody.
You'll get programs that help your kids on a journey of learning, like how to deal with their anger, just like Hercules went on a journey of self-discovery.
My 14-year-old daughter said, and I quote, "Dad, you said we were getting educational games in the mail, so I thought these would be boring. You lied, these are amazing." Like, that's literally what she said.
Joining a Kiwi Co club is easier than ever. Just choose the club that best fits your child's age range and interests, pick a payment plan, pay every 1, 3, 6, or 12 months, and join.
And I really like the program format because it's constantly unspooling. It's not like a one and done. It's like, well, that was a good experience. There's a whole system laid out so they can just keep going and building on what they've already done.
If you want to try out Kiwi Co clubs, click the link in the description or go to kiwico.com/cinematherapy and use code cinematherapy for 50% off your first month subscription. Kiwi Co, not just for New Zealanders.
Look how you've grown. Why, you've got your mother's beautiful eyes and my strong chin. Ha!
I don't understand. If
Where do you get those chicken legs, though? That's what I want to know.
Where do you get the Princess Leia bun ears?
a god. A god!
Hey, you wanted answers, and by thunder, you're old enough now to know the truth.
By thunder.
Did you leave me on Earth?
Good one,
I
guys.
get it.
Didn't you want me?
Because he's the... I get it.
We did. Your mother and I loved you with all our hearts. But someone stole you from us and turned you mortal.
Stole him from
Only gods can live on Mount Olympus.
Oh, that sucks.
You can't do a thing?
I can't, Hercules, but you can.
Really? What? I'll do anything.
Hercules,
He should have done the genie challenge. Like, you've got limits as a god? I can't limit. Come on.
Come on.
True hero. Great. Exactly how do you become a true hero?
Alan, something you talk about a lot is characters, they have what they want and then what they actually need.
Yeah, and in this scene, right at the top of the movie, he gets what he wants immediately.
Yeah,
I
really
want
fast.
to know where I came from. Oh,
Yeah.
you came from Mount Olympus.
And I want to meet my biological parents, and at least he meets one of them, right?
Yeah.
So he got what he wanted, and it's not what he needs.
Nope. Well, now what?
Yeah. Well, and that's so true to life is we are often terrible judges of what we need. I love that his dad pivots him and is like, we want you to live with us. And you weren't unwanted, like resolves that fear really quickly as well. Like you were definitely wanted. But in order to be with us, here's what you need to do. You have to become a true hero. And then thus gets the ball rolling where Hercules doesn't understand what a true hero is. And frankly, his dad doesn't help him out very much. You have to discover it for yourself. Is that because he wants his son to learn and grow? Or is it because Zeus actually doesn't know? Because he's too busy sleeping around and cheating on his wife.
Not in the cartoon that we know of.
Not in the theatrical cut.
Don't like this new director's cut.
Because Herc's going to pursue it as deeds of valor and praise and adulation. But that ain't heroism, folks.
If I had any friends. So, did they give you a name along with all those rippling pectorals? Are you always this articulate?
Hercules. My name is Hercules.
Hercules. I think I prefer Wonder Boy.
So,
No, like, I get it.
how'd you get mixed up with the...
Pinhead with hooves.
I get
Well,
why
you know,
Herc's
men are
into her.
no means-
And it's not like, she's beautiful, but it's completely the vibe.
It's 100% vibes.
Don't worry, Shorty here can explain it to you later.
It's 95% vibes.
Well, thanks for everything.
It's 80% vibes.
And a real slice.
It's been a real slice. I love that she, like, escaped from the set of His Girl Friday. You know? She belongs in, like, a 40s rom-com with really fast,
Howard Hawks.
clever dialogue.
He'd be more than happy to... Ow.
I'll be all right. I'm a big tough girl. I tie my own sandals and everything. Bye-bye, Wonder Boy.
She's... something. Isn't she, Phil?
So the question I have is this love at first sight?
I don't believe love at first sight is real. I believe that there is attraction and infatuation and a draw and a chemistry that can blossom into love. The reason I say it's not real is because for it to be love, you have to truly see the other person and choose them. And you can't truly see another person the moment you meet them.
Nope, you don't know them well enough.
You don't know them well enough. And also, Herc is smitten with Meg, but he's smitten with who she's projecting. What's actually going to happen...
She's real hot and she's got great vibes.
When she gets vulnerable and real and shows herself, like who she really is, he then falls for that person. Herc's attracted, and I think she finds him amusing right now. This puppy dog earnestness. I had that in spades in college, and if she was anything like the girls I dated, she'll tire of it in about 3 weeks.
Paul!
Nice shooting, Rex.
I can't believe this guy. I throw everything I've got at him, and it doesn't even... What are those?
I don't know. I thought they looked kind of dashing.
I've got 24 hours to get rid of this bozo. Well, the entire scheme I've been setting up for 18 years.
I love the smile slowly fades.
Smoke. And you are wearing his merchandise!
There's a book called Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. And that book is specifically about childhood trauma that you carry with you throughout life.
Okay.
And so I don't know what Hades' backstory is supposed to be in this Disneyfied version of Greek mythology.
Yeah, but in real Greek mythology, it's all trauma all the time for the gods and everyone.
Yeah, everybody is just...
Trauma everywhere.
But Hades carries around a lot of anger, and as I pointed out earlier, it's all something else. The sad fact is, Hades doesn't believe in vulnerability. He doesn't believe in soft emotion. He sees all of that as weakness. He doesn't believe in being raw and real. He just believes in expressing anger outward. And he's the villain. So he's supposed to be portrayed that way because we're like, he's never going to be happy. He's always going to be lonely. He's always going to be miserable. But if I had Hades in my office doing a quick tangent into villain therapy for just a sec, I would help him work through, listen, man, is this working for you? Like, it's working in that everyone is subservient to you, but you're miserable literally all the time. And you're assuming it's because of Zeus or because of Hercules or because... You're also assuming that if your grand plan with the Titans takes effect and you take over the world, that you'll finally be happy and fulfilled, but you're going to be the same miserable bastard you've always been.
I know! You know, I know. I got it. I got the concept.
This is the value of therapy. If you're not working through this, it's going to bleed into every aspect of your life.
Listen to me, kid. I seen them all, and I am telling you, and this is the honest to Zeus truth. You got something I never seen before.
Really?
I can feel it right down to these stubby bow legs of mine. There is nothing you can't do, kid.
So, couple thoughts. One, Danny DeVito pulls off cranky old man and broken-hearted, broken-down person and hopeful, loving father figure. Like, he can do all three.
Danny DeVito is so good. It's almost a crime that he was born kind of at the stature that he's at and stuff, because he gets cast as, like, you know, the little comic sidekick and stuff for most of his career, and he's so damn good at everything.
He's got movie star energy,
He
for
really
sure.
does, yeah.
I know we joke a lot about this being similar to Superman. The fact is, this is similar to Harry Potter, like when Dumbledore talks about Harry being unfailingly kind. This is similar to Peter Parker. All of these characters that we love, the powers and the strengths and the abilities, that's there to tell a story that helps us to escape and enjoy ourselves. But the reason we keep coming back to these stories is we want to believe that decency wins the day. We want to believe that more than your ability, it's your kindness, it's your integrity. And this is why I will never tire of boring vanilla white bread heroes, because when they're done well, they're inspiring as hell.
It's almost as if there is one hero with 1,000 faces.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Campbell?
I have both.
Joseph Campbell? Yeah, nice try. He died in the 80s.
Something we've talked about a lot on the show recently, how important it is to be real and genuine and surround yourselves with the people who see that and value that. Because the fact is, this is not the first muscle-bound, talented, glory-seeking person that Phil has come across. The difference is who Herc really is.
Yes.
And it's who he was back when he was clumsily Jar Jar Binksing his way through Greece, is that he's good.
Well, he's not seeking glory for glory's sake or for him. He's seeking glory so he can go back and meet his family. Like, that's it.
But even then, he's not quite a hero. That's just a worthwhile pursuit. We're going to get to what makes him a hero in just a second. Hey, if you guys want some of our merchandise, you can go to our store and get a mug of Alan's Tears, t-shirts, and a bunch of other fine, delicious stuff. This is fantastic!
You could be wearing our merchandise!
You know, when I was a kid, I would have given anything to be exactly like everybody else.
You wanted to be petty and dishonest?
Everybody's not like that.
Yes, they are.
You're not like that.
How do you know what I'm like?
Projecting.
You're the most amazing person with weak ankles I've ever met.
Oh!
Meg, when I'm with you...
I get it. It's Cupid.
I love that Meg gets it, though. That's the funniest
Yeah,
part.
the funniest. Oh.
Alone.
What do you mean?
Nobody can hurt you.
Meg, I would never, ever hurt you.
And I don't want to hurt you, so let's both do ourselves a favor and stop this.
Here comes your favorite trope.
No, come on. Let him kiss.
All right, break it up!
so
break
close.
it up! Party's over!
Meg is speaking from a place of deep pain and betrayal, where we find that she gave up her soul to save a man who then cheated on her.
Yeah.
When your heart's been broken, you can find yourself in this place of wanting love, wanting closeness, but being scared to believe in it. Right? Don't want to get hurt again, but also don't want to be alone, and you're just in this kind of this waffling place. And Hercules is offering Meg something that both terrifies and is potentially healing for her. Not that he says, I will never hurt you, but that he's basically saying, I see you and I choose you, which is what the other guy didn't do. I do love a story that pitches the idea that decency and integrity is sexy, because she finds it very attractive. And that's one of the reasons why she wants to keep her distance, is because she's like, I can preserve that for somebody else. But also biceps, so...
Tough call.
Double fudge. Angela.
Hear me out, okay? So I would be eternally grateful if you would just take a day off from this hero business of yours. Jeez, I mean, monsters, natural disasters, they can wait a day, okay?
You're out of your mind.
Not so fast, because you see, I do have a little leverage you might want to know about.
Meg!
Don't listen to her.
Let her go!
Here's the trade-off. You give up your strength for about 24 hours, okay? Say the next 24 hours. And Meg here is free as a bird and safe from harm. We dance, we kiss, we schmooze, we carry on, we go home happy. What do you say? Come on.
What do you say? Come on.
People are gonna get hurt, aren't they?
Nah, I mean, it's a possibility. It happens, because, it's war, but what can I tell you? Anyway, what do you owe these people, huh? Isn't Meg, you looking for you? Isn't she more important than Data?
Stop it!
Isn't she?
You've gotta swear she'll be safe from any harm.
Fine, okay, I'll give you that one. Meg is safe, otherwise you get your strength right back, yada yada, fine print, boilerplate, blah, blah, okay? We're done. What do you say we shake on it?
I love that when he goes into negotiator mode, he just sounds like every wheeler dealer, like, talent agent in Hollywood.
Yes, we're
I also like how often you see characters in profile, like a strong Greek profile.
Yeah.
In this movie.
You may feel just a little queasy. It's kind of natural. Maybe you should sit down. Now you know how it feels to be just like everybody else. Isn't
What
it
you wanted, but
just
not what you needed.
peachy? Oh, you'll love this. One more thing. Meg, babe, a deal's a deal. You're off the hook. And by the way, is she not like a fabulous little actress?
Stop it.
What do you mean?
I mean, your little chickie poo here was working for me all the time. Duh.
You're lying!
Help! Jeepers, mister, you're really strong.
Couldn't have done it without you, sugar,
No.
sweetheart, babe.
It's not like that. I didn't mean to. I couldn't. I'm so sorry.
A hero's a zero! A hero's a zero!
Okay. Here's where I'm going to go on a very teensy-tiny little soapbox rant.
Okay. Love it.
So we watch Hercules, and we see Hercules turning away from Meg because he's hurt, and because everything that Hades just told him is true. It's also without context and not the whole story. And there is a very big issue, in my opinion, that is like global, national scale, but also in our homes, in our families, in our friendships. We go to extremes. We write people off very quickly, and we call them bad, and we call them evil, and we call them jerks, and we don't even attempt to understand. Or we're so understanding,
we excuse things that we shouldn't.
We excuse everything and let ourselves get hurt and stepped on. And we tend to go to this place of, well, I want love and closeness, so I'm going to forgive everything and I'm going to allow everything, or I'm just going to shut myself off. And the fact is, healthy relationships are in the middle. Yeah. Healthy relationships require forgiveness. They also require trust. They require accountability. They require an understanding that literally every person on the planet has done some jackass stuff that has hurt people they care about. And you don't excuse that stuff. And if the person isn't willing to own it and make changes, then maybe you can't have them in your life.
Or at least not to the extent that maybe you would like to have or they would like to, it may have to be limited, their boundaries, whatever.
Right. At the same time, if we don't extend grace and understanding to each other, we never grow, we never heal.
Yeah, because I would argue that's the actual bad person move.
Right. Because here's the thing. Hercules right now isn't listening to Meg, and that's understandable. He's just had his world crushed and his heart broken.
Yeah.
But I see so many people who stay in the gear that he's in this moment.
For years and years. Yeah.
Instead of understanding the hurt, the insecurity, the fear, whatever was driving the behavior of the other person. Again, not to let them off the hook or to rationalize it, but we don't see people as monsters when we understand their why. And then we say, okay, well, what do we have left? Can things change? Can things heal? Do we wish each other well and part ways? I would wager that a lot of people on the internet who have compassion for Meg struggle to apply that in real life with some other people because it's personal.
Or struggle to apply it to themselves. And so they get stepped on.
Yeah. Well, and we see that with Meg.
Yeah.
There's an undercurrent of self-loathing there with Meg to the point where she is in the underworld. There's this sense of, I deserve this. And it's really sad. So he goes into the underworld, risks his life to save her.
I mean, essentially sacrifices it. He doesn't think he's going to get out of it.
Mother.
Now he's all glowy. And yellow.
Fine work, my boy. You've done it. You're a true hero.
You were willing to give your life to rescue this young woman.
For a true hero isn't measured by the size of his strength, but by the strength of his heart.
Size. Oh.
Now at last.
Sorry.
My son.
Look at those pecs. My gosh.
You can come home.
Yeah, bro doesn't skip any days at the gym.
So, what makes him a hero? It wasn't the heroic deeds of might and power. It wasn't the praise of everybody else.
Congratulations, Wonder Boy. You'll make one heck of a god.
And I love when we see what real love is, that she's willing to let him go because she thinks this is what he wants.
Yeah.
Because real love isn't possessive.
This is the moment I've always dreamed of.
It's seeking the happiness of another person.
Yeah.
A life without Meg, even an immortal life, would be empty. I wish to stay on Earth with her. I finally know where I belong.
And I think it's sweet the way she melts into his chest like he's safe. Like that's what the emotion of that is. I also love when she's like, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, and the animators put in a little bit of oh, from her. That's fun.
I do think it's a beautiful story about what true heroism is and what actual love looks like. Especially because I adore these stories about these larger-than-life heroes, and then their virtues, the things that make them truly heroic, are the things that any of us can do. That really speaks to me. And yeah, this is a winner.
2 thumbs way up.
So until next time.
Dreams are for rookies!
That's it. I'm moving to Sparta.
And watch movies.
This episode exists partially because of amazing patrons, people who get extended director's cuts. This one's really long and very unhinged. And a bunch of other stuff. People like
Jeff McGinnis,
Emily Reyes,
Dave Adamowski,
Sage Barrett Snyder,
and Snowflake Rose. Sounds like a Neil Diamond song.